Hello and welcome to the News Button. In today's edition of News Button, we shall discuss about something that will make you proud as an Indian. Of course, from the title, you must be guessing what we are talking about. Of course, we are going to talk about the prospects of a Hong Kong like global city coming up in the Andamans. Friends, whenever we talk about the Andamans, the first thing that strikes our mind is perhaps an overseas colonial detention camp for Indian freedom fighters. Well, the Andamans and the Nicobar has come a long way from being the nemesis of many an Indian martyrs and the proud host of INA and its legendary leader Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to being the place of India's first unified theatre command. It has seen the national panorama unfolding before it. This national strategic asset, however, remained mired in abject neglect even up to 70 years after India's independence. Reasons for this neglect are as mysterious as the darker abysses of its dense forests and its primitive tribes. Due to their sheer geo-strategic location and the machinations of an aggressive China, this group of islands have triggered a renewed interest in India's policy-making corridors. After Chinese submarines started regularly foraying into India's ocean and areas which India calls its own backyard, even the Indian Ocean also, the urgency was felt to establish a permanent important military base in the island. In this video, we shall refrain from focusing on the military significance of these islands. Instead, explore the huge economic potential of these Emerald Isles. We shall concentrate on the top secret plan of the Indian government to establish a Hong Kong style global city on the island territory. After the Doklam standoff and the recent Chinese incursion into Ladakh, strategic experts suggested to checkmate China by putting an Indian naval blockade in the Malacca Strait to choke Chinese maritime transport. This much neglected Indian islands once again made mighty China nervous, and it's touted as one of the potent deterrents against any possible Chinese misadventures and a full-scale war. Along with this, another less hard prospect also came out of the policy closets in the wake of the unprecedented worldwide displeasure against China after the Wuhan virus outbreak and the high-handed Chinese action in Hong Kong. Breaking the agreement with Britain, the Chinese government rushed to end Hong Kong's autonomy for its total merger with the mainland. The unprecedented Chinese crackdown spurred insecurity amongst global businesses and investors headquartered in Hong Kong. When many were in the lookout for a global attractive destination which should be providing an alternative to Hong Kong, the Indian government was urged to reactivate an old plan of the 70s to make good of the opportunity. The plan, if executed, would result in twin benefits for India. One, it would win away businesses from Chinese Hong Kong and cement India's place as Asia's top business powerhouse and a credible economic alternative to an oppressive China. 2. It would be utilized as an excellent pretext to find a 21st century global city on Indian soil, catering to the economic ambitions of Indian millennials and businesses looking to go truly global. So what is this world plan of the 70s that has been languishing in the lumber rooms of Indian archives? Well, in the 1970s, Trade Development Authority of India had prepared a detailed report on developing Great Nicobar Island as an alternative to Hong Kong and attracting Hong Kong-based businesses, especially ethnic Indians. In 1969, 330 ex-servicemen's families were first made to settle in the island in 7 villages in a strategic move by the government of India. Lands were allotted. The Border Road Organization also cleared some 8,045 hectares of forest land and developed roads and other infrastructure for the settlement. The detailed 3-volume report, however, never made to see the light of the day and was never implemented. Maybe for fear of waking regional powers, or lack of funds, or maybe for sticking to the old Indian policy to maintain a low profile on the strategic islands. But all that changed after PM Modi came into power. After PM Modi came into power and controlled the steering wheel, the age of dormancy and passivity in Indian foreign policy gave way to the age of assertion. So going by the proactive development on the islands pursued by the government, by the current dispensation, all signals point towards a big shift towards something grander happening there. Silent efforts are being made to grow an ecosystem that would support a Hong Kong-style global trade center on the islands. In 2018, PM Modi laid the foundation stone for a 50 megawatt gas-based power plant at Hopetown in South Andamans. This, along with Neyveli's 20 megawatt solar project, would provide clean and steady power supply for the expansion of infrastructure in the islands. As part of the overarching vision to use these islands as a springboard to spring up greater opportunities for India in Southeast Asia, Modi also unveiled plans for a mammoth 10,000 crore transshipment port at Great Nicobar Island. And let me reiterate, this is the same island where the 70s report had proposed a new Hong Kong. The port would provide an alternative to Indonesia's Banda Aceh and other ports in Sri Lanka. The idea is to turn the Andamans into a major global transportation hub, which is at the heart of our low-cost policy. The proposed port lies at the mouth of the Strait of Malacca, the main shipping channel to Southeast Asia, and it's strategically located on the Thai Canal, which China wishes to develop to bypass Malacca. For any credible urban growth, communication is considered the lifeblood of any big plan by any government. In August last year, the current dispensation removed a major handicap in communication by completing the Chennai-Port Blair undersea internet cable in a record 12 months' time, measuring an incredible 2,313 kilometers and costing over 1,224 crore rupees. The cable connects 7 islands, including Great Nicobar. The pace at which the project was implemented is simply unprecedented in India's infrastructure history. The cable provides 400 Gbps speed of internet. If we consider this, for any normal use or military purposes, 200 Gbps is considered adequate. So why 400 gigabyte per second speed of internet? This again clearly stresses that something big is in the pipeline. Something big is intended. Probably this is a big trade center, an advanced city in the vicinity, which would consume humongous amount of data. Besides, looking at overall rate of infrastructural development and overhauling of security apparatus in the region, the government seems to be on an overdrive. This is clearly not just to fulfill an upcoming blue economy. Apart from the existing security infra, Indian Navy commissioned a new full-fledged airbase there to keep a hawk's eye on Chinese warships and submarines entering the Malacca Strait. The old as well as new military apparatus will be a net guarantor of security for the global city on Great Nicobar. Indian Railways has also green signaled a 240-kilometer railway line, broad gauge railway line between Port Blair and Diglipur. This would cut short the travel time to just 3 hours from 14 hours on the Andaman trunk road right now. As Diglipur is just 300 kilometers away from Myanmar coast, the line is of immense strategic value. So, dear viewers, it can be safely inferred that Greater Nicobar is in the process of hosting India's first global city. Hopefully, it materializes and attracts people worldwide to the new India, like Singapore or Hong Kong Dutch. So let us hope that in the coming days, from being a group of remote islands in abject neglect for 70 years, these Emerald Isles would prove to be India's crowning jewel in the coming days. Hope you liked the conversation. So leave your comments in the comment section. We shall be happy to note and revert to you. Before leaving, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.